How are you, dear students, and welcome back to our science classroom about weathering. This is our session about weathering and erosion. We will continue our topic about weathering and erosion, and let's remember weathering and erosion and the topic and the title of our topic. What are weathering and erosion? Right here we have weathering. In our today's session we're going to be talking about weathering. So let's start. Rocks in Earth's surface are slowly broken down into small pieces in process called weathering. So rocks, you know that our Earth's surface consists of rocks and a lot of water, almost of this in the shape of oceans. So here we have rocks in their surface are broken down into small pieces. So what do you call these rocks when they are broken down now? We can call it weathering. Perfect. Now I'm showing you some pictures for weathering, and for some rocks are broken down already. We have this rock, and we have another shape of weathering. Look at this. It was a big rock, or very large rock. This rock is broken down in different parts, in small rocks. Here you'll find more cracks here, and all these rocks, a long time ago, they were only one rock. Here, weathering. Now we understand what the meaning of weathering. It means rocks in the Earth's surface are slowly broken down into small pieces in process called weathering. Teacher, we have. Do we have types for this, for weathering? Yes, we have two types of weathering. We have chemical weathering and we have physical weathering. So, what's the difference between chemical and physical weathering? Now, I'm showing you chemical weathering. The chemical weathering, you know that rocks are broken down. It's not new thing for weathering. You know that rocks are broken down, but here in chemical weathering, rocks are broken down because of chemicals. For example, do you know the rainwater? If the rainwater reacts with CO2, which is carbon dioxide that we mentioned before, I think 1,000 times before, especially in plants, carbon dioxide gas, when they react together, they will make chemical reaction and form weak acid. This weak acid can break down rocks. Again, I have the rain of the water, the water of the rain, sorry. I have carbon dioxide, and together they will make a chemical reaction and react together and give us weak acid. This weak acid can break down rocks. Now, let's move to physical weathering. We have here physical weathering. We have 5 examples for physical weathering. We have water, wind, ice, temperature, and finally living thing. Teacher, we don't understand what the meaning of physical weathering. Physical weathering is away from chemical weathering. Not a chemical substance come and break down. No, something will happen, move. Something like mechanical things that happen around you. Here I have a physical weathering like water. Look here. The water can carry sand and different bits of small rocks, and the power of this water can hit the rock and break down the rock. This called weathering, but this is physical weathering. Something physical, something moving. Okay? Right here, the water, the effect of water. Water can carry small bits of rocks and can hit this big rock and weather this rock. Weather, it means break down. So we have another example. We have wind. All of us know the power of the wind. The wind can carry small bits like this of rocks and can hit the big rocks also like water and break down these rocks or weather these rocks. And here we have another one like ice. Look here for this picture again. If you notice, you'll find here some pieces or parts of ice here. When this ice melts, the water can go and enter through these cracks, but in the beginning start in these small cracks. Okay, when the winter comes, you will find that this water will freeze. This water is freezing. After that, this water, after freezing, it will enlarge in size and will break this rock. Again, I have here ice, and this ice will melt one day in the summer. And in the summer, this water from the ice, it will go and enter through this these cracks. After that, when the winter comes, it will enlarge in size and break the rock. And now we have temperature. Right here, you know that in the winter, in the summer, the rock may be extended a little bit, and after this, in winter, it will contract a little bit too. So this extension and contraction may break down the rock. Here, finally, we have a living thing. Look at this picture. Yes, breathing. What I'm saying to you now is true. Some plants can grow and sprout on these rocks. So we have here this plant can sprout from this rock and have another tree, big tree, it can grow inside the rock. So it can break the rock or break this rock, or we can say weather the rock. Finally, our session today was a very short session and quick session. We mentioned the weathering, and we mentioned that what the meaning of weathering means breaking down of the rocks. And we mentioned that we have two types of weathering: chemical weathering and physical weathering. And we said that chemical weathering is like chemical reaction happen, and after that it will break down rock. After this, we mentioned that physical weathering, we gave you 5 examples like water, wind, ice, temperature, living things, and we learned how the wind and water act the same action. They can hit the big rocks and break these rocks. After this, ice can enter the space or the cavities between inside the rock, and when the winter comes, its size become bigger and can break the rock. After this, we say the temperature, the change in temperature can break down the rock, and finally, living thing can grow inside these rocks. Thanks so much for watching this video, and thanks so much for following us in our session. I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks so much. See you next time.